Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Jenna Mares and today I'm going to be sharing with you the story and the strategy that my fiance and I used in order to purchase our very first investment property. What we did is known as house hacking, which involves using an FHA loan to purchase a 2 to 4 unit property and then moving into one of the units and renting out the additional units or spare bedrooms in order to offset the mortgage expense and potentially even earn a little bit of cash flow. And this is a really attractive investment strategy for newer investors, specifically because it allows you to get into the property with as little as 3.5% down. On a typical conventional non-owner occupied investment purchase, you're generally going to need to put down somewhere between 15 and 25%. With the FHA loan, there are some stipulations and regulations that you need to be aware of, but it allows you to get into the property with as little as 3.5% down, which is the major advantage. Some of the things that you need to be aware of with the FHA is that you do need to own or occupy the property for a minimum of 1 full year. If you move out prior to the 1 year mark, you do run the risk of being foreclosed on as you're actually committing occupancy fraud. So it is essential to actually stay in the property for 1 full year. You also will need to be aware that you will need to carry PMI or private mortgage insurance on your loan. So every month you're going to have a little extra expense on your monthly payment. You will also need to have a 3 to 6 month reserve in your bank account. So 3 to 6 months of mortgage payments in your bank account in order to be approved for the loan. That's something that the lenders typically require. So those are some things to be aware of with the FHA, as well as when you're going through the escrow process, meaning you're having your inspections, you're having your appraisal. The appraiser is going to come out to the property and also do an FHA inspection. And there's generally some repairs that are going to be required by the appraiser in order to close on the home. So they're typically looking for safety things. Overall, the property does need to be in pretty fair condition, pretty decent condition in order to pass the FHA inspections. They're generally looking for peeling paint that they will want scraped and repainted. Anytime there are outlets near a water source, they're generally going to want to see that they are GFI protected. Anything 3 or more steps, they want to see a handrail. Mostly just safety things that will need to be taken care of before you can go ahead and close on the loan. So those are some things to keep in mind for FHA properties, but overall, this is such a great way to get started in real estate as a brand new investor. So the property that my fiance and I purchased is a 2-unit property here in our hometown in Eastern Ohio. We were able to purchase for $137,000, and we asked the sellers to pay $5,500 towards our closing costs. After inspections, it was determined that the hot water tank was really old, and there were a few other things that came up that gave us the leverage to negotiate an additional $2,500 in seller concessions. This not only covered our closing costs, but allowed us to buy down our interest rate and lock in at a rate of 2.65%. So our total mortgage payment came to $812 a month, including taxes and insurance. And the main unit of the property was vacant, which was perfect because we were planning to move in. And the back unit was rented by a long-term tenant for $550 a month, and she planned on staying. So we kept her as a tenant and began collecting rent immediately at $550 a month. So $812 in the mortgage minus her rent brought us to an effective mortgage payment of around $265 a month out of pocket for us. This was so cool because not only were we able to get into the property with such a small down payment, but now we are paying only $265 a month to live. And because I'm an agent, I was able to represent us throughout the transaction, and I even earned a commission as the buyer's agent when the sale closed. So it was really like I got into the property for less than $2,000 altogether, and we're now living here for $265 a month with the intention of completely renovating our unit. We have painted, updated trim, updated flooring, or updating fixtures, making it look as nice as possible so that when we are ready to move out at the end of the 1 year and repeat the process over again, we can then rent this unit for top market value and the property will be cash flow positive, which is the goal of any long-term investment property. So if you're wanting to get started in real estate investing with as little money down as possible, I highly recommend giving the house hacking method a try. Again, you can do this with anywhere between 1 and 4 units With a single family property, you could rent out the bedrooms or basement area to friends, family, or roommates. Or if you're someone who prefers a little bit more privacy, I definitely recommend going with a 2 to 4 unit property. My name is Jenna Mares, and if you found any value whatsoever within this video, I would really appreciate you giving me a thumbs up and go ahead and hit that subscribe button for more real estate content in the future. If you are looking to connect with an agent who is investor friendly in your city, shoot me a message or drop a comment below. I'd be happy to connect you with a investor friendly agent, as EXP is nationwide and I can easily put you in touch with someone who can help. Thanks for watching.